years, man. So, but why did you do that? Because you're not of the elect. You're not of the elect. Because if you was, you would have went to the GMS camp down there in the DC brothers down there, man. Which one of them is up here with us today, and he's from Nigeria. For you got Israelite groups, ISUPK. If you tell them, look, I'm from Nigeria, well, you're a heathen. You're a Hamite. No, that's bullshit, man. You got Israelites that live in was it Benin? Help me out. Senegal, Liberia. Oh, the guy that got the chip, he's from Liberia. He's an Israelite. Ghana, Sierra Leone, Angola, Cameroon. I mentioned Cameroon, Nigeria, the Igbo people. Hell, Nas is a Yoruba, which goes back to the Igbo. And any talent coming out of Africa is coming out of them places that I mentioned, man. Like Sinke, I believe he's from I don't know if he's from Cameroon or one of them places, but he's an Israelite, man. Or he most likely is an Israelite. It says, C, in order to mark a person or a thing, to set a mark upon by the impress of a seal or a stamp. And it's not talking about the same seal or stamp in Revelation, the 13th chapter. This is like an invisible seal. Angels are said to be sealed by the Most High. So they don't got no mark in them. They don't got no chip in them. Of the Mende people. In order to prove, confirm, or test a thing, to confirm, authenticate, place beyond doubt, which we did with the reincarnation thing. We broke it down, and there's no doubt that reincarnation, man, is mentioned in the scriptures. Of a written document, which is the word, to prove one's testimony to a person that he is what he professes to be. Excuse me. Because what did the Lord say? Give me, what was that, Psalms 40 and 7.
Yeah, this is the book of Psalms, the 40th chapter. And bear with me 1 second. And this is the 7th verse. I'm sorry. 40 verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me. I delight to do thy will, O my power. Yea, thy law is within my heart. It says, I have preached righteousness in the great congregation. Lo, I have not refrained my lips, O Lord, thou knowest. So pretty much the elect is going to teach the word, just like Yahushua did. It says, I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. I have declared thy faithfulness and thy salvation. I have not concealed thy loving kindness and thy truth from the great congregation. And that's what? That's the elect. And even among the 2/3, we still are telling them what their fate's going to be. Like the brothers, they were trying to teach that guy from Liberia, trying to, explain to him about the mark of the beast. And after a while, the brother said, you know what, man, you threw anyway. You finished. You already took the chip. There's no hope for you. And what did they do? They read the scripture in Revelation 14 of what's going to happen if you take that mark, if you take that microchip. It says, withhold not thy tender mercies from me, O Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let thy loving kindness and thy truth continually preserve me. Because this word is what's going to preserve us. This is the salvation right here. All right? So now, okay, you got something. Here you go.
Okay, this is John, and I'm going to give it right back to you. John 6, verse 26. Yahushua answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, because you were speaking on that, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. Like I can do an experiment, man. I can go to a park somewhere where Jake is. When I say Jake, I'm talking about any of the tribes, and cook. Let's say it's the Spanish tribes. I'll cook some arroz con candules and some chicken, stewed chicken or whatever, or I'll cook like some barbecue chicken and some good stuff, man. Mac and cheese, And I tell people, look, this is food. This is free food or whatever. They'll come lining up to get that food, So this is what the Lord said. And Jake likes it. That's one thing Jake likes to do. They like to eat, They like to eat that garbage too. It says, I'll read that again, 26. Yahweh Shai answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, meaning the works, because that's what the ISUPK is doing. I mean, it's a good thing that they're doing. That's a good thing, of course. You're helping black people, but the Most High didn't send you down to help black people. The Most High didn't send you down here to give people food. The real food is this truth. And the ones that come to hear your truth, as long as you feed them, they're going to listen. As soon as you run out of food, they're going to go to the next. They're going on to the next one, moving to the next one, man. That's right. But because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled.
We got enough for everybody. This is not
and Jake likes to eat until they filled too, Labor not for the meat which perisheth. When you eat, whatever you eat, it goes into your colon. It goes into your stomach, into your colon, and it comes out, from your private, from when you go to the bathroom, all right, from your rectum, all right, and then you need more food. 5 hours later, you need more food, so you do the same thing. It says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, perish, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. Now, what's that meat? This truth. And when I say this truth, I'm talking about the whole truth of these scriptures, like the reincarnation part, the mark of the beast being the chip part, the Cornelius being the Israelite part. Give me some more. Oh, we're the Israelites. The Most High is only dealing with the Israelites, and among the Israelites, he's dealing with the elect, an elective Israelite, a certain chosen elect of Israel. Because we are, as a nation, tells you that, I believe that's in Isaiah 45, if I'm not mistaken, where it speaks about Israel being of the elect. Yeah. What was that, Isaiah 45 and 14, something like that. But read that. And ultimately, we are of the elect. But then there's an elect within the elect. And right now, the Most High is only gathering the elect. And I believe that the elect is pretty much sealed, man. Because it says, when this gospel shall be matter of fact, I'm going to read that. Because what's going on now is you have a lot of different Israelite groups out there, man. You got a lot of our people that at one time were among GMS. They broke off because either they were disenchanted or they see a different breakdown that we see it. So there's a lot of confusion out there with the different groups, with the different Israelite groups. You got the Old Testament Israelites, you got the New Testament, you got the Old and the New Testament, the Messianic Israelites, which we're classified as. But then you got breakdowns among us. You got a lot of groups that came out of One West, which among those many groups that broke off out of from One West, they have different doctrines. That's why they're not together. It says, so being that we're in this situation, now you have people out there that are confused. Well, the ones of you that can't get it, it ain't meant for you to get it. The ones of you that can get it, you're going to get it. But you have to be of the elect. It says Matthew 24, verse 10, it says, and then shall many be offended. And that's what's going on right now. You got a lot of guys that are being offended because we teach certain things. Yep. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another, because there's a lot of hate going back and forth. Like you got Lahab on Blaze Judah talking about the Lord. There's no laws. There's no Sabbath. We don't got to keep the Passover. We don't got to keep no laws. And then what else did he say? He said something else. He said a couple of things that are clearly against what we're teaching. It says, and many false prophets shall arise. And we see that. And shall deceive many. So a lot of y'all are being deceived. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, meaning the truth that you got, you keep teaching it, you never stop until the end, the same shall be saved. 14. And this gospel, which the word gospel translates from the Greek, I think it's euangelion, which translates into good news or good tidings. And this gospel or good news of the kingdom shall be preached. And the word preach, loosely translated, means publicize, all right? In all the world for a witness unto all nations. Now, what was it? What made that possible? The internet, YouTube, all right? And then shall the end come. So when you say, oh, we can be here another 20, no. YouTube came on the scene back in 2005. People started really going on it in 2006, and we got on it in the summer of 2007. And then everything blossomed from that, man. You got Israelite groups that watched our videos and other videos and not get in contact with us or IUIC or ISUPK and just started their own thing. You know, they got the different videos and got good with, you know, bringing out precepts, and then they do their own thing. They come up with their own name, and they got most of the scriptures right, but a lot of it they got wrong. But then they come against the guys who they were taught by, whether it was us or IUIC or ISUPK or GOCC. Now GOCC teach that Edomites can make it, that they're going to be Edomites is going to make it. That's not scriptural. They're going off. Mermaids, they're going off. They teach that there's a place called hell. They're going off. You got groups out there, all them groups all teach the same thing about the Sabbath. The Sabbath is Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown. The word Friday is not in the scriptures, and the word Saturday is not in the scriptures. It says, okay, I'm going to read that again, 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay, that's all I'm going to read on that. Let me go back to St. John. Okay, 27, verse St. John 6:27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat that endureth unto everlasting life, which is this truth. What we're doing right now is we're feeding you right now, okay? Which the Son of Man shall give unto you. How is he going to give it unto you? Through the book. Because it said in Psalms, I come in the volume of the book, it is spoken of me. It is written of me. For him hath the Most High, the Father, sealed. So before he sealed us, he sealed his Son. It says, then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the work of the Most High? So his disciples are saying, so what do we got to do? How do we do this thing? How do we go about it? It said, Yahushua answered and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High, that ye believe on him whom he have sent. So in other words, you believe and follow what Yahushua said. So what did Yahushua say do? He said, go out to the highways and the byways, among other things. It says, they said therefore unto him, what sign showeth thou then, that we may see and believe thee? These are the other Israelites, rather. What doeth thou work? our father did eat manna in the desert. So they're going back to the example of Moses. As it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Now that bread that he gave represented what? It represented right now we're feeding you with manna. We're feeding you with manna. It's spiritual manna. Angels' food. Then Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not the bread from heaven, even though it physically came down from it came down, right? It says, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. It says, for the bread of the Most High is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world, which he's talking about himself, Yahushua. Yep. And he giveth what? He giveth life unto the world. How did he give him life? He gave him this word. Right. It says, then said they unto him, Lord, Yahushua, evermore give us this bread. And Yahushua said unto him, I am the bread of life. Let's go back to Psalms 40 and 7. I come in the volume of the book. It is spoken of me. It is written of me. So you want to eat, you got to eat this, but you got to have somebody feed you. Somebody got to show you how to eat it. Yeah. All right? It says, 35 again. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger. But wait a minute. We got to eat. We're going to eat later tonight. The next day we're going to eat, right? We're going to eat physical food. So it's obviously not talking about physical food. It says, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger. And he that believeth on me, and part of that is worship, shall never thirst. You got thirsty niggas out there, man. Yeah. My man Alizé, he's getting thirsty. He's mad, and we ain't giving him nothing, man. He knocking on the door trying to get a meal. We got the clothes, you know. Come back in 25 years from now. You go to the sellers and buy. But I said unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not. So there's some of y'all that's seen the Lord. How have you seen the Lord? When you read them scriptures. When you read the scriptures and say, nah, reincarnation is not in the scriptures, you see the Lord, but you really don't see him. 36 again, but I said unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not. So you know that this is the truth, and you said, I ain't going to believe that, man. You guys that came into this truth, you did whatever amount of years that you did, and you went back into the world for whatever reason, you know? You never believed in this, man. You were going by the motions. And a lot more of you guys are going to fall off, man. 37, all that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I come down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he hath given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. So are we in the last days? We are in the last days. So the Most High took the men that was with him, that followed him, starting with the apostles on down. I'm talking about the apostles back then, which were disciples, and they're back again. And that right there proves that's reincarnation. Because Peter's not walking around. Ain't no guy walking around with John. Here you got Peter. Here you got, because them niggas think that, resurrection. Here you got Peter came out the grave in Israel, and he swam to America. And he's walking around with some sheep behind him. Some actual sheep and with a shepherd's staff. And he got John walking, looking up, looking at the skyscrapers. You got Andrew, you know. You got James. You got Bartholomew, you know. You ain't going to see them. They're not here, my man. Those men are not here. But their spirit are here in other men, which they're the same men, you know? If you can't get it, I can't help you. I can't help you, man. Can't do nothing for you, man. And by the way, Flavor Flav is Nigerian too. He's Igbo.
He can't get a burger at an ISUPK cookout.
Can't get a burger. It says 38. For I came down from heaven not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. Why do you think we go out week after week? Why do you think we put up these shows? Why do you think we put up them sit downs in the middle of the week? Because we're compelled to do it, man. At one time we did it because we read, oh, we're supposed to do this, so we do it. Now we just do it. We don't even think. This is what we live for, man. Yep. And you people look forward to these shows, man. Oh, especially the scoffers. They can't wait for the new shows to talk their shit.